of that? That's carried. We just opened a public meeting, but if there's a discussion at the back, could you take it out in the hall, please? I would ask the planner to make the presentation regarding it. If you could have your discussion in the hall so we can have on with the next application. We're 10 minutes behind. Thank you. I would ask the planner to present this zoning amendment for South Winds Development.
So this is our last application. This application is respecting lands on the north side of Townsend Line, basically at the James Street intersection in Forest. The lands are already subject to a registered plan of subdivision that was registered back in 1998 by Southwind Development Corporation. This application is really just to, I guess, change small portions really of the existing zoning, although it doesn't appear that that's what it is when you look at my recommendation. The major thrust of this is that block 1 in the registered plan, which is the first block you come to in the plan on the entrance street. The zone on it's being changed to R8-2. And the reason it's being changed is so that they can introduce a multiple dwelling, which would be a 3-story apartment building, and a retirement home on that first block as you come in. The developer for this South Winds feels there is a need for some multiple family development within Forest. However, they are trying to find a market niche in Forest on this property, and that's the reason for the changes in the zoning. So the biggest changes on that block, we will now have a multiple family. It appears as though there was a multiple family allowed on the block before because the zone permitted uses in the R8-1 and the existing zone says multiple dwelling, but it was a 4-plex dwelling. So not to fool anybody, it wasn't a apartment building. Okay. We're also leaving the small block 6, which is adjacent to the pipe manufacturing company, in the R8-1, and we're adding basically street townhouses and townhouses. Singles and semis are permitted, and we're eliminating the 4-plex. The way the block's laid out, it doesn't make any sense for a 4-plex. It makes sense for single, semi, street townhouses and townhouses. So that's the proposal there. The balance of the lands are staying in the R8-2, and I, in looking at the zoning on the property when Southwinds first came forward to talk to me about the proposal, I looked at it's a 1998 zoning. It doesn't reflect what we're doing in Lambton Shores presently in our more current zoning, and that's what, and that makes sense. It's almost 20 years old. So what I did with the developer before the application was circulated was I went through all of the zoning and made some suggestions to them on improving it so it represents a more cohesive form of development that we would have in other areas of Lambton Shores. So that's why you see all the red changes in the proposed zoning. Really, I'm just implementing some of our more current requirements, like you have an attached garage on your house, especially in townhouses. I believe that's really important. It provides for a lot better design and it accommodates the vehicle parking on the site better. I've increased some of the setbacks a little bit. The densities went up just a little bit. They're not even close to what the official plan would provide for in multiple family development in areas in the municipality. So I've really just tweaked the zoning. There's no big change except the one that I documented for you, which was the multiple family dwelling on block 1.
Okay. Is there a representative from the development Southwinds present to make a comment?
Good evening, Your Worship and members of council. My name is Scott Allen. I'm a planner with one office of MHBC. We've been engaged by Southwinds Development to assist with the drafting and processing of the zoning bylaw amendment before you this evening. In the audience, representing South Winds has owned the subject lands for several years, and as I've heard, our client wishes to amend the zoning to essentially enhance the development potential of this site. In particular, as Ms. Richardson has presented, South Winds is interested in rezoning blocks 1 and 6 of the existing approved, I should say, planning subdivision in order to permit a wider variety of seniors-oriented housing on that location. For the purposes of this hearing, we wish to express our support for the findings and recommendations set out in Ms. Richmond's report and presented to you this evening. We fully agree that the proposed zoning is appropriate for the site, in particular, I should say, for blocks 1 and 6, in order to permit a higher density and wider range of residential uses on those lands targeted for seniors. We also support the modifications to the structure of the R1-8 and R8-1 and R8-2 zoning regimes, which she has outlined. In closing, we'd like to extend our appreciation to Ms. Richardson for her attention to this application and for her assistance through the rezoning process. Thank you for your consideration. Ms. Graham and I will gladly answer any questions that council may have.
Okay. Any questions? Councilor Underwood.
So basically, we're just looking at a rejigging of an existing development that's on the paper since 1998. Okay. Can you foresee any other major changes that are going to be happening down there, or do you think you're going to be building anytime soon, or is this? You guys own the 1 Street lot too, don't you?
I can't actually speak to that, Mr. Graham.
No, that is not.
May.
There's no south side. Is that triangle? Oh, okay, sorry. That's the south side. All right, yeah, I have no problem with this.
Councilor Cook.
Like I said, you've done a bit of market research on this already to determine that this is going to be accommodation for seniors, or this is going to be the next opportunity for this?
We have, Councilor Cook. In particular, South Winds has carried out a market assessment. They are confident that the forest community is suitable for this type of seniors development. And certainly this rezoning will enhance, as I said, the development potential and marketability of this site.
So is it going to be primarily as a senior residence type area, or will it be, for singles, no families?
As I understand it, the objective, and possibly Ms. Graham, as she nods her head, is for seniors accommodation, for basically seniors community. As you may have noticed, there's R8-3